Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are unpacking the insights from PMI's 2023 report and exploring how these human skills are becoming the real engine behind successful projects. So, if you've been leading or managing projects lately, you have probably felt the shift. It's not just about hitting deadlines or staying on budget anymore. Today's success depends just as much on how we communicate, lead, and adapt what PMI now calls power skills. So, why do power skills matter? You might know them as soft skills or interpersonal skills, but don't let the word soft fool you. These are the skills that help you lead teams, build trust, and solve problems in the real world. They don't just replace technical skills, they actually enhance them. And according to PMI's 2023 report, organizations that prioritize these skills are redefining what project success really looks like. So, if you see, 92% of project professionals say power skills help them work better. In today's dynamic workplace, it's no longer just about what you know, but how you lead, collaborate, and solve problems. So, what are the most in demand power skills right now? PMI's research highlights four standouts. First up is communication, the foundation of every great project. Then we have problem solving because roadblocks are inevitable and it's how we respond that defines progress. Next is collaborative leadership, which means bringing people together, aligning them, and creating momentum. And finally, it's strategic thinking, which is the ability to see the big picture and steer towards long term goals. These four skills are not just helpful, but they are what set high performing teams apart. Now, let's deep dive into each of these skills. Let's talk about communication. It's not just about sending emails or giving updates. As project managers, as we know, we are often the link between the technical teams and the business side, which means we need to speak both languages clearly and keep everyone on the same page, especially when things are changing fast. In today's world, it's also about how we communicate. So, whether it's leading a virtual meeting, creating a clear visual summary, or just knowing when to pick up the phone. Good communication is about building trust, cutting the confusion, and keeping the momentum going when the pressure is on. For example, a project manager holds brief daily stand ups and uses shared dashboards so everyone from on site to remote knows progress in real time and can flag issues immediately. Now, let's look at one of the most critical power skills, which is problem solving. Things go wrong in projects all the time. We are well aware of this. A delay here or a misstep there. It's just part of the game. So, what makes a great project leader stand out is how quickly they can spot a challenge and move into solution mode. It's not just about fixing the issue, it's about understanding why it happened, getting to the root cause, and adjusting the plan without losing momentum. Like when there is a supply chain delay, an effective project manager doesn't just panic or wait it out. They pull in the right people, find the blockers, and reshuffle the plan so the project keeps going. This is what is called true problem solving. Collaborative leadership is really about working with your team, not just telling them what to do. Nowadays, teams are spread out, especially since the pandemic. Different departments, locations, sometimes even different time zones. So you can't just lead on the old boss style. You've got to lead by building trust, talking openly, and getting everyone on the same page. A good leader listens more than they speak, makes sure everyone's ideas gets heard, and invites the team to be part of the decisions. That's how people really feel ownership and want to give their best. Take after a tough sprint, for example. Instead of just pointing out what went wrong, a collaborative leader gets the team together to talk it through and figure out what's next. They do it together. That kind of approach doesn't just fix problems, it lifts everyone's spirits. Strategic thinking is all about keeping your eyes on the big picture. It means making sure your project actually helps the business grow and succeed. So if you notice your team's working on it's not something that's adding value, don't just keep going. Speak up, shift the focus and get everyone aligned on what matters most. That's how you keep things moving in the right direction. For example, imagine you discover a feature the team is building doesn't actually help meet key business goals anymore. Things have changed. So instead of just pushing forward, you bring that up with the stakeholders, adjust the project scope, and move resources towards the features that will create value. Another example that I've stated here is while managing a cloud migration, a project manager reframes delivery phases to align with quarterly business KPIs, gaining executive team visibility and securing additional funding for the next transformation wave. Now, here's something really interesting. Organizations that focus on building power skills see way better results across the board. For example, in the slide, 57% of them report higher benefits realization, meaning they actually get more value from their projects, and 64% have more mature project management processes. Their teams just run smoother and know what they're doing. Plus, if you see here, over half, 51%, say they are way more agile, able to adapt and pivot when things change. So, investing in these skills isn't just nice to have anymore, it directly helps organizations perform better and stay ahead. Think of power skills like the secret sauce for project success. When organizations focus on skills like communication and leadership, they are way better at actually getting results. In this slide here, if you see, 57% reach their benefits goals compared to only 18% who don't. That means teams aren't just busy, they are delivering real value. So, investing in these human skills isn't just a nice add on, it's what makes projects truly successful. Look at this slide. 64% of organizations that prioritize power skills report high project management maturity, compared to just 31% of those that don't. That's a big difference, and it tells us something important. When teams focus on skills like problem solving and collaborative leadership, they are better at setting up solid processes, managing complexity, and making smarter decisions under pressure. Problem solving helps them tackle challenges quickly and effectively without derailing progress. And collaborative leadership brings people together across roles and departments, creating smoother workflows and stronger alignment. So, maturity here doesn't mean experience, it means having the skills to lead confidently and deliver results again and again. Power skills are the engines behind that. Now, here's a key insight: 51% of organizations that focus on power skills say they are agile, compared to only 16% of those that don't. That's more than three times the rate. Now, what does agility really mean here? It's not just following a process or methodology, it's the ability to quickly pivot when losing momentum or causing chaos. Power skills like strategic thinking, communication, and collaborative leadership make this possible. Strategic thinking helps leaders recalibrate direction when priorities change. Communication drives buy in, so everyone's on board with new plans. And collaborative leadership aligns teams across departments to move as one. For example, one project manager shifted the project scope quickly after regulatory change, delivering compliance on time. All this without slowing down the rest of the product development. That's the real power of these skills, helping organizations stay flexible, focused, and successful even in uncertain times. Let's look at what happens when organizations prioritize power skills versus when they don't. On the left side of the screen, we see companies that really focus on these skills, things like communication, leadership, and adaptability. Notice how 72% of these projects meet business goals. That's a strong success rate. They also experience less scope creep, which is only 28%, and just 17% face budget losses on failed projects. Now, compare that to the right side of the screen, where power skills aren't a priority. Here, only 65% of projects meet their goals, scope creep jumps to 40%, and budget losses increase to 25%. This tells us something very important. It tells us that investing in power skills isn't just a nice to have, it actually drives better project outcomes and protects your budget. The numbers don't lie here. Power skills are definitely a real competitive advantage. Here's where things get interesting. Even though power skills like communication, leadership, and adaptability are critical to project success, the reality is that only about 25% of training budgets go toward developing these skills. That means the majority, 75%, is still being spent on technical and process training. This split tells us there's a real budget gap when it comes to investing in what really moves projects forward. Put simply, we are still underfunding the very skills that help team collaborate better, solve problems better, and lead projects more effectively. Closing this gap isn't just smart, it's essential for building stronger, more resilient teams. Even though power skills are clearly important, there are some real barriers holding teams back from prioritizing them. First, and probably the biggest challenge, is that these skills are hard to measure. Unlike technical tasks, it's tricky to put a number on things like empathy or communication. Secondly, there's still this perception that power skills are just soft or less important, which could be further away from the truth. This mindset makes it easy to overlook their impact. And lastly, power skills training often gets underfunded. Budgets tend to favor technical skills, even though investing in power skills can drive much better outcomes. These barriers are like roadblocks. If we want better project success, we need to find ways around them. So, how do we overcome those barriers and really start building power skills? Now, PMI highlights three key recommendations. Firstly, leadership support is crucial. When leaders prioritize and model power skills, the whole team follows. It sets the tone that these skills matter. Second, training investments have to go beyond just technical know how. Organizations need to fund and provide real learning opportunities around communication, intelligence, and collaboration. And third, it all comes down to cultural change, creating an environment where power skills are recognized, encouraged, and rewarded every day. Together, these steps help turn power skills from an afterthought into a core part of how projects succeed. Now, here's why power skills matter right alongside technical expertise. First, power skills like communication and adaptability boost how well technical skills are used. They work hand in hand. Power skills actually amplify technical execution. Secondly, companies that invest in power skills get better results, more successful projects, smoother teamwork, and higher motivation. And finally, in today's fast changing world, power skills are a clear competitive advantage. They drive resilience, innovation, and strong leadership. Power skills make all the difference here. Thanks for watching this video. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button. It really helps us. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on project success. If you want any videos, if you want a video made out of that, please let us know in the comment box and share this video with anyone who's ready to level up their project game. See you in the next video and thanks for watching.